What's going on, budget Honda builders? Today we're going to take the seat out of the Beagle and fix it. There's a weld that's broke. Actually, probably two welds. The seat leans back. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just show you. Alright, so the seat leans back on this side. I think there's something broke inside here. And also, that weld right there is broke. So we're going to take the seat out and take the fabric off and re-weld it. So to take the seat out, I'm not really going to show you, but there's two bolts in the front and then two in the back. It's pretty simple. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these rails. There's one on each side, obviously, and they're just bolted in with 12mm bolts. This one obviously is broken. That's what we need to weld to the seat pan. I'm gonna go ahead and remove that bolt there. And it looks like there's one right here. This is the piece that broke. I don't know where the metal piece is. It might have fallen down in there. Alright, let's go ahead and remove this side. You'll have to slide this down to get to the top one. In order to slide the rail, you pull on this. And you'll see here where it engages it. And that's your rail. These things are nasty. I'm gonna have to clean them up and re-grease them. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull these plastics off. There's one on each side. They're held by Phillips head screws. Okay, so it's got these little lips that stick onto the bottom of this metal plate, and then you just unscrew this. You pop that up and then push it down and it comes right off. Same thing with the other side. Alright, so the next thing we need to do, we need to remove these little metal clips or rings, I guess you can say. They hold the seat fabric onto the seat pan. This can be quite a pain in the ass because they are like wrapped around like that, and so maybe two pairs of pliers would help better. It's just that. That's all it really is. Maybe a flathead screwdriver might help. This is very time consuming. We'll just stick you over here and do a time lapse. On the USDM seats, there's a plastic strip that goes across here. Alright, so we have this little flap right here. You got to pull it up because there's a lip that it sits on. See what I mean? This little slide, it sits on these little lips. Alright, next we need to remove these bolts. There's 3 on each side. Alright, so the bottom part of the seat should just slide right out. There's the piece that broke. I hope we can weld that back on there. Looks like we can weld it back on there without a problem. Alright, now we're going to remove the back off of the metal frame. We got to pull the headrest off. Alright, so I just removed this whole piece without the camera turned on, so let me go over it. This is the little slide piece that fits in there that you push to lock or unlock the headrest. And it's got these little tabs right there. So you have to pry this up in order to slide it out. Pry it up to slide out. And there is a Phillips head screw right in there. You also have these two little springs. You don't want to lose them. That's what keeps the slide pushed outward. Alright, so the USDM seats don't have this lumbar support thing. And if you've ever taken a window crank off, like the manual crank, it's just like that. It has like this little pin that slides inside there. This little guy right there will slide into there. And it just pushes right into there. You just got to pry that out. Alright, so along the bottom of here we have more of these little metal rings we got to get out. On this one you would definitely want to use 2 pairs of pliers, just because it's fabric and there's no metal backing. I wish I would have bought 2 pairs of these little tiny needle nose vice grips. You just want to rotate it until you get both ends of this ring. Take a flathead screwdriver, try to get it in there, and pry it apart. Take your other needle nose, bend it back, just reposition that. And there we go. Pain in the ass. You have this little rubber thing that goes through another ring. There's one on each side. We'll have to get these rings off so we can pull this down and then we can slide it up and off. That's going to be a pain in the ass to get back on. This one is super tight. Alright, so I just rotated it around. So got it pulled off. Holy hell. So apparently there's these metal bars that stick up right here that these rings are attached to. I might have to pull them out. And there's a second ring. What a pain in the ass. Let's pull the fabric off the back of the seat. This is inside of the seat. This is where your headrest goes into. You're gonna reach in there and squeeze this to release it. It's got a little bit of a lip on there, not much, but it's enough to hold it. This one's got more of a pronounced lip. I think the other one, just because it has a screw in it, this one does not. Alright, once you get to this point, which you should just roll the fabric up. Don't try to get the foam off just yet, because you've got this little rubber thing attached here and there's one on the other side. As you can see, I pulled it and ripped my foam, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, as you can see, I really fuckered this up. But I feel like it was ripping already anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So here's my seat frame where it broke. Just need to weld that guy back on there, hopefully. That guy's broken pretty good. Looks like it's been welded before. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe just this piece. Alright, let's break out the welder and the clamps and get this seat welded. So the first thing we need to do is grind it down to bare metal on this piece and right there. Alright, I think we got it all set up. Let's get this welded on. Actually, I'm going to have to put you on the other side. I'm doing the shittiest job ever. It ain't pretty, but it's gonna work. Created a little bit of a hole. Alright, it ain't perfect, but I mean, it's gonna work. Just flip it over and do the other side. Little fire going on. A little bit of a hole right here and right here. I'm trying to fill in. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's flip it over and get the other part. Alright, so I'm going to have to push against this and get a little tack weld to hold it before I can fully weld it. Just because I can't seem to get it clamped in the right position. Alright, it's holding. Let's clean this off. Now let's weld the whole thing. So this is pretty much why I bought the welder, to fix the seat on the Beagle. You know, it ain't pretty, but I think it's going to work out. I'm not going to show you how to put it all back together. It's a pain in the ass. Don't do it if you don't have to. I was hoping to have new fabric and foam for this before I did this, but because of this whole virus bullshit, I didn't end up buying the fabric. Just because I didn't know, do I need to spend the money or not? But I think next week I'll probably end up going ahead and buying the fabric from some guy out in California. He's got Beagle fabric. He's gonna sell me the foam and the fabric. I think it's like 300 bucks with shipping, so I think it's a pretty good deal. Anyway, yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all in the next one.